Hey everyone, so I'm excited to bring to you my fall content. Yes, we are starting a little bit early, but who cares because everybody loves fall and pumpkin spice. So that is the theme of this makeup. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with this video because I've got things to do today and we don't want to waste time. I'm gonna start off with my eyes first. Typically I start off with my foundation and eyebrows and all that jazz, but I just feel like because I am going to be using the Carnival, the Antidote palette, the colors in it are so darn fun. You will see, like, look at this palette. This palette is amazing. Just perfect for the fall. Perfect for the fall. Like, the colors in here are like so warm and gorgeous. If you have not heard of Be Perfect Cosmetics or the makeup artist Stacey Marie, you are truly missing out because she is one of the best makeup artists in the game. Like, she experiments so much with color and she makes it look good. So I love this palette. I have all of the I have all of the Carnival palettes except the last one. I just wasn't the biggest fan. Half the palette was like a little bit too neutral for me, so too neutral for my taste. So I am going to use the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer as my eyeshadow base because if you're not using e.l.f., I don't know what you're doing. I just feel like I just feel like concealer for base for your shadows is just a move because most eyeshadow primers are going to run you about $20 and this was only about $7, $8. It does the same exact thing. Now, I will tell you what I like to do is just basically put a little bit of setting powder on top of my eyes because one is going to set the shadows and help to prevent creases, but not only that, it helps the eyeshadow to blend a whole lot better. So, little tip and trick, get yourself some translucent powder, set it and forget it. So the colors that I want to do in this eyeshadow look is going to be warm, fun, little cut crease action or whatever. I'm gonna start off with the shade Dusk and I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush and just apply that all over the lid. So this is a very neutral shade that's going to help me transition into my other shades that I want to apply. But we're just putting that all over the lid. Alright, so I'm going to start deepening up that shade with Lotta Lottie. So it's just a darker brown, but it's not like super dark. Because the best thing that we want to do with this look is build on the shades. And I'm using that same exact brush. This is actually a Morphe M510 brush. So I find that this brush, because it's really, really big, it's easy. It just makes any eyeshadow look really good because it's a very easy brush to use. So next I'm going in with Chestnut. And then I'm going to focus that on the outer part of the lid. So you can see that is a dark brown. So I'm bringing that basically to the center of the lid because we're gonna cut the crease anyway, so you don't have to take it like all the way towards the inner corner. And what I like to do is get that brush and just really get in there, like where the crease or the fold would be. I have hooded lids, so for me, eyeshadow, I really have to over exaggerate the crease because I don't have that brow bone that's just like naturally pronounced. And then I'm gonna go back in with the Lotta Lottie and just diffuse any line of demarcation that you might see, because you want the look to blend very seamlessly together. This palette has like this really dark shade that's, I don't know, I don't want to use this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Sephora Pro palette. This palette has a lot of darker shades that are like more in that brown tone, because that's kind of what I want to stick with. So just get yourself a really dark brown, but not necessarily black, and you're gonna focus that just on the outer part of the lid. Alright, so we're gonna take this e.l.f. concealer. This is in the shade Medium Peach. As you can see, it is very bright. We are going to carve out our lid. So we are going to cut that crease. I am going to use the infamous, this is the MAC 252 brush. I'm just going to get that brush as flat as possible, just by pinching it. It already had a little bit of concealer on it, so that's perfect for what I want to do. I'm going to go in, just get the tip, and then we are going to, I need a handheld for this. So I'm going to use my little kimchi, even though I got a mirror right here. So I'm just going to start by pressing down. So you can kind of see that because the brush was like really flat, it makes it very easy to cut this crease with. And then once I get that product like in the inner corners, now you can just drag it down, and then you'll look in the mirror because you can kind of see I went way above my crease, but that's okay because we're gonna fill this in with some color. But if you go a little bit above your crease, it gives you more space to play with, but it also gives you a more precise cut. And just blend those edges in with that dark brown. And then you're gonna go back over it. Once you have blended that to where it is seamless, you're going to go back over that. Alright, so we're going to jump back into this Antidote palette, and I want to do this Spice Coral. I've had this palette for a while, but I've never really used it. So this Spice Coral is like this hot orange color, and so I'm just going to start pressing that color on top, but I'm not dragging it in the inner corner because we're going to layer it to where it has this ombre look. And you just keep layering it because you don't want it to look too patchy. And I'm going to take, right next to it is this shade called Pretty Peachy, which is like, it's like almost the color of my shirt. Oh wow, that's so pretty. This reminds me of like one of the leaves, when the leaves just start to change into that beautiful, I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to say something dumb. It's not like photosynthesis. It's something when the leaves start changing and they just have that really beautiful brown look. All the different colors and the greens. That is what this is giving. It's so pretty. And then directly on the inner corners, I am going to pop this shade called Glisten. So it's just gonna be just a little bright. Just a little inner corner highlight. All right, next I'm going to do a little wing situation. And so this is the NYX, it's the Epic Ink Liner in the shade black. So we're gonna do a little wing. They say it's always better to have your eyes open. I don't know. I don't know. I might have to keep my eyes open. It is so hard for me to do a wing liner, y'all don't even understand. Some people make this shit look so easy. Oh wow. Okay, girl. All right, we're gonna leave it at that because I know the more I keep playing with it, I'm gonna mess something up. So which mascara shall I use today? So as of lately, this Clinique, this is the High Impact Waterproof Mascara. Now waterproof, it is what it is. It's gonna take a little bit for, you know, you're gonna have to use something oil based to take it off. But lately my eyes have been acting a plum fool. So this is the only mascara that just hasn't like been giving me issues. And then you can just choose like your favorite pair of lashes. I am reusing some lashes that I had on yesterday that I got from the Dollar Tree. So we're just gonna reuse those because why waste a pair of lashes? Pop these on. Okay, that actually looks really, really good. So I am going to use, for my eyebrows, I like to use the e.l.f. This is their pomade in the shade Espresso. Sometimes I use Mocha, and then I also like the Morphe one as well. So I like to start underneath. Some people start on the tail first. I've been doing my brows like this for years, so it works well for me. And then the brush that I'm using is the MAC 266 brush. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I am so ready for fall. Like it's August. But I'm pretty sure if you walk into any store right now, you're going to see Halloween decorations because they are getting ready, honey. And then I'm gonna use that same brush that we used to cut the crease. I'm gonna clean up this concealer just a little bit. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do my second eye off camera and then we'll come back for foundation. Alright, so we are back. Eyes are done. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start on the face. I'm going to take the little bit of concealer that I have left over and I'm just gonna put that underneath my eyes. But I'm gonna go in with a little bit more because I like a full coverage. This shade is light beige. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some more under the eyes. And then my favorite foundation that I've been using lately is the Kat Von D or KVD Beauty Good Apple Foundation. It is amazing. If you have not tried this, you are missing out. And I'm kind of doing this sloppily because I'm gonna use my beauty blender to just kind of blend this out. But because this is a thinner base, the beauty blender will soak up the majority of the foundation even if it's wet. So I just needed to blend it out. Alright, next what I want to do is I'm going to go in with my Lancome. This is their foundation stick in the shade 510 suede. It is what I like to use to contour with. It has more, I feel like this is more cool tone. So to me, it just looks better when I blend it out. So I'm just doing a little bit more of an in-depth contour. Very rarely do I contour my nose, but we're gonna do it today. Just very lightly, because I don't want to be walking around here looking like a deer. And the powder that I'm going to use to set it with is the kimchi powder. If you guys haven't checked out my review on this brand, I do have a review for you. Kimchi is a drugstore brand that has pretty decent quality makeup at an affordable price. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and blend out that concealer. I feel like it's built up enough coverage. Now, if you don't like your under eye to be as bright as this, then definitely you can go in and choose a shade that's a couple shades darker. I like a brighter under eye highlight, but I do feel like, you know, once I start adding the contour powders and things like that, in setting powders, it does tone it down. And so I'm using a kimchi translucent powder just to set my under eye. Because it's so light already, I don't want to do a full-on bake. So we're just making sure that we set so that things don't crease. A couple months ago, I got this palette from Temu. It is a really nice contour and foundation palette. Lots of nice shades that will just kind of help bronze up your skin. And as you can see, I am taking the product that I have on the brush and brushing it underneath my eye. So you can see it's starting to tone down. The powder, it's not like so super bright. All the while just kind of dusting away some of that powder as well. And then I'm going to start going in with the darker shades just to create shadows and carve out my cheekbones a little bit more. My mirror actually broke on it when I went to Las Vegas, and I was kind of PO'd about that because Frontier is the worst. But I'm going to use this shade and a little bit of this one, so I'm going to mix these two just for a blush color. And then I want to do a black eyeliner because I feel like black is just really going to make my eyes pop. So this is the Morphe 2 in the Always On Gel Liner. Alright, lastly with the eyes, I'm going to go underneath with some of that orange color and diffuse again. And for the grand finale, I'm going to take my Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Bite Me. Well, yeah, I'm going to take my Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Bite Me, and I'm going to use this as a lip liner. Now, just trust the process. I do have the lip liner in Bite Me, but I like the way this looks. gonna go on top of that and put the Sephora brand. This is shade number 32 in the center. And it gives this beautiful ombre effect. And then I'm gonna take MAC Chestnut, which is a very dark brown, and I'm just gonna kind of shade the outer perimeters of the lip. And then we set. So I'm using the Morphe, the continuous setting spray. I don't know, I might even pop a little bit of highlighter. That is it. That is all for this. I'm gonna call this, what is this? Fall pumpkin spice. It's giving, like, look at my eyes. It is giving fall leaves. It is so pretty. I love it. I love how this looks, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. So if you have and you stuck around to the end, give this video a big thumbs up, as it does help my channel to grow and it helps to put me in the algorithm. And yeah, I hope you guys have the most amazing day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join my beautiful online family, and I will see you guys in my next video. So we are sticking with the pumpkin. We're gonna call this pumpkin spice. It is what it is. We're gonna call it pumpkin spice. So have a good day, guys.